They obviously knew. The president obviously knew. He had to know to make the decision to hire him. And yet your neighbors don't give a flying crap. They don't think this matters somehow. But wait. If you act now, even more lies.
How is it that the White House didn't have any idea of this until the day after the election and the Congress a few days later?
Well, I would refer you to the FBI. They have, as I understand it, protocols in place for when they notify the legislative and executive branches of investigations. And, you know, it is simply a fact that the White House was not aware of the situation regarding General Petraeus until Wednesday, and the situation regarding General Allen until Friday. So, you know, the FBI is the place to go in terms of an explanation of the protocols they follow. But I understand that is the answer that they will give, that there are protocols they follow that govern how they inform the various branches of government of these kinds of investigations.
But can you understand how people would think this is utterly bizarre? I mean, the day after the election and the anger you're hearing on Capitol Hill, they didn't know this was going on. It just, I mean, the timing, at least the appearance.
Look, all I can tell you is when the White House was informed.
Utterly bizarre. Because it's utterly impossible. And you know what? They've gotten away with it for 4 years. One after another, after another, after another. To the point to where you are turning out. You're tuning out. To the point where your neighbors are saying, I can't deal with it anymore. Whether we let them have free reign for 4 more unfettered years is really up to you. But look, before blood shoots from my eyes and I bleed to death, we've been over this 1 billion times. You know they have lied to you. You know they lie to you today. But we have to figure out a way to not preach to the choir. We have to figure out a way to tell the American people the truth and get it to anybody who's possibly willing to wake up, because this does matter to your security, to the security of your children, to your children's future and freedom. And by the way, while I'm at it, speaking of the non-choir, let me just say, thank you, non-choir. You've just given our permission to Barack Obama and his evil, nasty crew of liars to lie to our faces for another 4 years. To put our country, our freedoms, all of our hard-earned money, our businesses, our future, Israel, freedom, all at stake, so we could be more comfortable with lies and deceit and deception, coming our way every day like a warm blanket to tuck us in. Congratulations to the 62 million Americans who made the worst choice in the history of our planet, the history of our republic. The problem is, our problem was we thought more people were awake, but they are putting more people asleep. We thought more people were as awake as we are. But 11% fewer people came out to vote for Obama, but unbelievably 2% fewer showed up for Romney and John McCain. I can't believe it. We need you. We're battered and bloodied. And so many of us say we can't do it anymore. Let us behave like people determined to be free. We may be down, but we're not out. You help spread the message to the 2% that didn't show up, and another 10% or 20% beyond that. When a good man like Romney loses to a cast of really shady characters, whether you agree with all of his policies or not, when we knowingly choose liars, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. But the good news is the Constitution is the answer, and the Constitution survives.